What if your new home became a prison? That's the chilling premise of The Open House, a movie that takes the concept of a haunted house to a whole new, terrifying level. But it's not just the house that might be the danger. What if something or someone was lurking inside, waiting for the right moment to strike? Can a house be haunted by more than just ghosts? What secrets does the house keep? And what happens when those secrets come to light? Let's find out together as we dive into the twisted world of The Open House. Released on Netflix in 2018, The Open House is a psychological horror thriller directed by Matt Angel and Suzanne Coote. It follows a young teenager, Logan, and his mother, Naomi, as they move into a secluded mountain home after a family tragedy. But little do they know, the house holds far more than just the echoes of their past. Starring Dylan Minnette, known for his role in 13 Reasons Why, and Piercy Dalton, the film explores how a seemingly peaceful home becomes a nightmare. In this video, we'll not only break down the plot, but also dive into the hidden details you might have missed, explore the eerie atmosphere that keeps you on edge, and examine the ending that left many viewers with more questions than answers. We'll also take a look at some of the lesser-known facts about the film and its reception. If you're a fan of slow-burn horror with a psychological twist, then stick around. This one's for you. Welcome to Movies Review, where we bring you in-depth movie analysis with a twist of suspense. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a review of your favorite movies. Let's dive in. After a tragic accident claims the life of his father, teenager Logan, along with his mother Naomi, is forced to pick up the pieces and rebuild their lives. They find themselves moving into a secluded mountain home to start fresh, hoping that the isolation will allow them to heal and forget the painful past. But the house they move into isn't just a place for them to find solace, it's a place where new horrors begin to unfold. The setup of The Open House is simple yet effective. The filmmakers establish the tragedy that propels the family to their new home with emotional weight, drawing the audience into the characters' pain. But this emotional foundation soon shifts from grief to an atmosphere of growing unease. The house, tucked away in the mountains and far from civilization, feels more like a refuge for the family than just a home. But there's something off about it. It's almost as if the house itself is hiding a dark secret. The quiet surroundings make it clear. This place is far from the peaceful escape they had hoped for. The unease begins early. Just after settling in, Naomi and Logan learn that the house is being shown to potential buyers every weekend. These open houses force them to vacate the premises for hours, a strange but necessary arrangement. As they leave and return each time, things start to feel off. Small things at first. Items are misplaced. Sounds echo in the halls that seem too deliberate to be a mistake. The inciting incident of the story is a subtle but important shift. The house is no longer just a setting, but an active participant in the narrative. The open houses, which seem like an inconvenience at first, soon become a key element in the tension that builds. Every time Naomi and Logan return to the house, the feeling of being watched becomes more tangible. The isolation of the home, combined with the disturbing events that occur after each open house, amplifies the suspicion that they are not truly alone. Something or someone is lurking, watching, waiting. As Logan and Naomi are forced to vacate the house again and again for the open houses, strange occurrences start to escalate. It's no longer just misplaced items or a sense of being watched. Things become physical. Naomi begins to hear strange noises in the dead of night, and Logan is plagued by increasingly disturbing visions. The tension within the family rises, with Logan becoming more paranoid and Naomi increasingly unsettled by the unexplained events. There's a creeping realization that they might be in danger of something far worse than just a creepy house. The isolation of the mountain home, far from the safety of the city and friends, makes every strange event feel like an attack. And yet, as they try to reach out to others or find answers, they come up short. The atmosphere is thick with dread, like a storm that's about to break, but never quite does. As the family's safety is continually compromised, their mental and emotional states begin to unravel. Every open house becomes more dangerous, a reminder that they are not alone, that something dark and dangerous might be lurking just beneath the surface. And yet, no one can explain what's happening or why. The tension reaches its peak as Naomi and Logan confront the truth about what's haunting their home. The escalating series of strange events culminate in a horrifying confrontation with the unknown forces that seem to have taken control of the house. As they uncover unsettling secrets about the home's past, they find that the house itself is more than just a passive structure. It's a character in the story, full of history and horror that threatens to consume them. The climax of the open house hits hard, leaving viewers with a sense of finality mixed with confusion. The truth of what's happening is horrifying, but it is also wrapped in layers of mystery. The unknown forces that have been lurking throughout the film reveal themselves, but the nature of the threat remains ambiguous, intentionally so. The filmmakers leave us questioning, was it the house all along, or was something even darker at play? The conclusion of The Open House keeps us on edge until the very end, with the final moments leaving viewers uncertain about what really happened, but certain that the house will haunt them long after the credits roll. One of the standout strengths of The Open House is its atmosphere. The filmmakers craft a chilling sense of isolation from the very beginning. The secluded mountain setting, surrounded by dense forests and far from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, creates a perfect backdrop for horror. Every creak of the house, every whisper of wind through the trees, heightens the feeling of unease. The isolation of the house doesn't just serve as a setting, it becomes a character in itself, amplifying the sense of dread. This is not the typical haunted house story where spirits are bound to the walls. Instead, The Open House focuses on a slow-burning terror that builds as the house itself becomes increasingly ominous. The filmmakers use silence, subtle sound design, and the eerie stillness of the environment to create an oppressive atmosphere that never lets up. The setting is so effective that even when nothing overtly frightening happens, the tension remains palpable. The isolated setting works in tandem with the plot to make everything feel just a little bit off-kilter, keeping viewers on edge at all times. Dylan Minette's performance as Logan is another highlight. He expertly portrays a young man grappling with grief, confusion, and fear all at once. Logan's emotional journey throughout the film adds an extra layer of depth to the story. He's not just a passive character reacting to the horrors around him, he's a young man whose past trauma haunts him just as much as the potential dangers within the house. His performance grounds the film in emotional realism, making his fear feel all the more relatable. Piercy Dalton also delivers a strong performance as Naomi, Logan's mother. She's a character who wants to protect her son while struggling with her own grief. Her fear and concern for Logan's safety resonate throughout the film, making the viewer sympathize with her every step of the way. Together, their performances help make The Open House feel grounded in human emotion, even as the supernatural and psychological horror elements unfold. While the atmosphere and performances are strong, the pacing of The Open House can be a bit slow for some viewers. The film takes its time to build tension, but this slow burn approach might feel like a slog for those who are expecting a more traditional horror experience. The slow build-up leaves much to be desired in terms of pacing, and at times it can feel like the plot is treading water, waiting for the big reveal or climax that seems to take too long to arrive. Some viewers might find themselves disengaged by the lack of more immediate scares or shocking moments, which can make the film feel like it drags on. While the tension builds gradually, the film's deliberate pace might test the patience of those looking for more action or faster thrills. The ending of The Open House has garnered mixed reactions. On one hand, it's a fitting conclusion to the slow burn tension the film has built. But on the other hand, it leaves much to be desired in terms of clarity. The conclusion is intentionally ambiguous, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. For some, this is an intriguing choice that adds to the mystery and horror of the story. For others, it feels unsatisfying and even frustrating, especially given the film's gradual build-up. The ambiguity surrounding the house's haunting and the true nature of the threat might feel like a letdown for those who were hoping for a more concrete explanation. It's a divisive ending, one that will either leave you thinking about it long after the credits roll or wishing for more resolution. The Open House has received mixed reviews from critics. Some praised its ability to create a genuinely unsettling atmosphere, pointing out how well the film uses isolation to build tension. The slow burn suspense, coupled with a strong central performance from Dylan Minnette, was noted as a strength for many. However, others criticized the film's pacing and ambiguous ending, which left them feeling more confused than scared. Overall, The Open House is a film that divides opinion. Some find it an effective, atmospheric thriller, while others are left frustrated by its slow pacing and lack of a satisfying resolution. The film's reception is a reminder that not every horror movie needs to provide clear answers, but for some viewers, the lack of closure can leave a bitter taste. From the audience's perspective, The Open House has sparked a range of reactions. Many viewers appreciated the haunting atmosphere and tension, particularly in the earlier parts of the film. The sense of dread that permeates every scene is often highlighted as a key reason why the movie stands out in the genre. However, the ending left many viewers wanting more. Some felt that the lack of explanation was a deliberate choice to enhance the mystery, while others wished for a clearer resolution to tie up the loose ends. Despite its flaws, the film has garnered a dedicated fan base who enjoy its eerie tone and psychological horror. It may not be for everyone, but for fans of atmospheric horror, The Open House remains an intriguing watch. If you're a fan of slow burn horror with a psychological edge, The Open House might be worth a watch. It's not your typical haunted house story. This one takes its time, building suspense and keeping you on edge. The eerie atmosphere, combined with solid performances, makes it an intriguing experience, even if the ending leaves a few questions unanswered. Remember, sometimes the scariest things are the ones you can't see, and in The Open House, the mystery of what's lurking in the shadows may be more terrifying than anything you can imagine. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to Movies Review for more in-depth movie breakdowns. We've got plenty more reviews, analysis and discussions coming your way. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.